This is Sachin Huligiri from Bengaluru. Welcome back to my channel Healthy Finance Guide. Today we are going to discuss on investing in banks. Means what are the opportunities are there for bank investments. This this particular video made for parents as well as kids, and this image is basically from the AI. Okay, so let's see what kind of banks available first, available to the public. Basically three kind of mainly we are encountering on daily basis. Those are all like a nationalized bank, private bank, and cooperative banks. What are these nationalized banks? Let's see with example. Like example of SBI, Canara Bank, Punjab National Bank, Bank of Baroda, Union Banks. These are big banks which are supported by government of India, and these are like everywhere, easy to available to everyone. And the private banks, there are some private players are there, like HDFC, known to everybody, ICICI and Axis Bank. There are so many other banks like this. These are popular banks which I listed here. And then there are some other special banks called cooperative banks, which are local in our town. Means our own town people or city people, they came together and build a new bank for their own people. It will helpful for many things actually. Basically, it enables economy at a rural places. This is very instrumental in terms of economy building. There are so many banks, particularly in Karnataka. It is too many banks are there, and this is one of the backbone in the rural economy system. And investment options provided by the banks. What kind of investment options they provide? First of all, it is a savings account. We'll get a approximately 2.5 to 4% rate of interest approximately, and deposits, which will get a more higher interest rates than savings account. And these are like a two kind of thing: fixed days deposit as well as recurring deposits, and certificate of deposits. These are kind of a bonds. It is a special deposits. These are, and there's a Pigmy. On a daily basis, someone want to save the money or invest the money, that is one option. And public provident fund is, these are very commonly available to every common person who can invest in the banks. Let's see one by one how it works. Savings account. Okay, when it comes to savings account, it is one of the entry door for a banks. When we visit a bank, the first thing they'll ask, what is your SB account, savings account. So that account itself is a key to everything. So this is the one which comes with the lower interest rates basically. Let's see what is the benefit of it actually. Benefits of savings account: it's easy to open a savings account because it is first thing they facilitate, bank will facilitate. Easy to do transactions, means deposit and withdrawal, it's very easy. And UPI payments and ATM card facilities are facilitated from this one. And even local cooperative banks also nowadays, they tied up with the bigger banks, and they're coming up with this feature. And internet banking facility also they are providing at the same time. All big banks and nationalized banks by default they provide internet banking, and nowadays cooperative banks also working on that one, and they are providing internet banking. And there are some limitations of this account, particularly a least interest rate among all the investment banking investments. Means this is the lowest interest rate gaining instrument in the bank. And need to maintain a minimum balance. There are some the many banks they have that this rule that you need to maintain a certain amount of minimum balance. It may be 1,000, it may be 5,000, it may be 10,000. Depends on the bank and in which city they are actually. And if missing this minimum balance, what may impose a penalty. That's possibilities are there, but there are exclusions, particularly Jandhan and the basic banking account. Basic banking account is mandated by RBI. These two kind of accounts, and one more is salary accounts. That's another thing. But mainly these two are accounts which are available to common citizen, and these are exempted from the minimum balance maintenance clause. Means you don't need to maintain a minimum balance. And then fixed accounts. Let's see the fixed account. Fixed account is the one which is where our first step of the investment will start. This is our first gate of the investment. Anybody you ask me where you invested, I have some FDs. Okay, then it is a fixed. That's the starting point of it. And what are the features of fixed in deposits? Let's see. It's the interest of money, like invested money will be there, right? The interest will be more, means we'll get a more interest returns on the whatever we have invested money. It is better than SB account. And senior citizens will get a 0.5 percentage extra. They want to promote the senior citizens savings investments, so they'll give extra 0.5. And investment term is a, it is a time is a fixed, it means tenure is fixed. They will fix the tenure, this much time you need to be stay invested. And then withdraw interest either monthly or on maturity, means like whatever the interest comes for your deposit, that either you can withdraw monthly, or you can also take at the maturity. I want at the end of the tenure finish, I can, you can take it like that. Increases the bonding between the bank and customer. This particular investment tells that the customer has a faith in bank, that is increases the faith. As well as like a bank also will take care of additional things. These are my investors, these people put a FD with us, and the bank also will consider them as a important persons. Normally how it will be like term and investment interest rate per annum. So these are like a sample numbers I took. This vary from bank to bank. Each every bank may have their own numbers. And minimum is 7 days, and maximum is 10 years. This is the overall boundary of it. 7 days to 45 days, it will give 3.5 percentage. Suppose if we invest for 1 year to 2 year of time, it will give 6.8, and 5 to 10 years it will be 6.5. So here the one important thing is 10 years is a max tenure. We cannot go beyond that. Means bank will have don't have any plan which is more than 10 years. So let's see, this is a one time deposit, right? Like fixed deposit is. Then we have something called a recurring deposit, which we do it on every month. Investment is done on every month. On a particular date they will decide, and the customer will decide. Based on that, when it will happen. And investment amount is, and the term is fixed with the whole program. Means a customer or an investor want to invest 500 rupees per month for next 2 years, means here both are fixed. That amount, investment amount is fixed, and the term is also 2 years, it is also fixed. And very beneficial for a salaried people. This is most very popular deposit for among the salaried people actually. So basically like every month they get a salary. As soon as they get a salary, they'll push some money to this kind of deposits. And starts amount with the lesser amount, means we can start with the lesser amount. That's one part of it. And interest rates are same as the FD rates for the same term. Means like if RD is for 2 years, then it will the same applicable rates. FD rates will be applicable to RD also. This is popularly known as RD. Okay. And senior citizens will get a extra as expected, similar to the whatever we have regular FD. Similar to that, 0.5% will get extra. Minimum term is 1 year, and up to maximum 10 years. Similar to, they also here also similar terms and conditions apply. The benefit what we get here is we invest a small amount in a regular on a regular basis, on a regular monthly basis we can call. And then there is something called as certificates. These are like a one time deposit, and similar to FD, but difference is it is meant for a special purpose. Basically there is some appropriate intention behind that, positive intention behind that one. Based on that they'll prepare it. And then tenure is fixed by bank actually. Here customer cannot choose a particular term. It is a fixed tenure, fixed by bank. This much days or this many months or this many years you need to be invested, we'll give this much is the rate of interest. The most of certificate focused on the double, and particularly on a particular amount. Means like you give X amount, will give you a round number of so and so amount, and this tenure like that. And the similar way double also it will be like that. And a little extra amount interest rate will get it actually. Means basically this to promote this special deposits, what they'll do, little bit extra they will give. For example, I took some example here. 6.65 for 111 days. It is approximately 3 years tenure actually. In the 3 years tenure, it may be 6.60 or 6.50. It may be anything like that. But here they'll give a little bit extra. Similar to this one, there are two days. most of times they will be like having this kind of some particular days with a plan, and this will be made available to the investor. And something called a Pigmy. This is one of the interesting revolution in the banking area. Particularly, Pigmy is most favorite for every business person. Like investment will be done in very small amounts. In smaller amount, it will uh, it will be created to bank actually on a daily basis. This is the beauty of it is the daily basis amount will be created to bank, and Pigmy agents will come to customer doorstep, investor doorstep, and then collect the amount. It means what will happen here? Pigmy agents from the bank, they'll come to shop or a house, and they will collect the money on that day, and whatever the amount the business person will give, they'll deposit on the next day to the bank. So with that way, the customer no need to go to bank or in his working hours. He no need to spend time on that one, and instead of that, bank comes to his home and get the money and then make it available. We can start with a 50 rupees, as low as 50 rupees, 100 rupees, or even 1000, whatever it is, that based on the need and capacity, that can be different. It will not be heavy. It's just 50 rupees per day for a one small business person, or a 100 rupees may be helpful. Increases the good relationship between bank and customer. Since the person, human being, comes to the bank, comes to the customer, there will be a human relationship will increase, and that will gives a better bonding between bank and customer. This is very important one. And at the same time, the agent can do a cross marketing also. That's also possible, and he can understand the need of a customer also. A step by step guide to big amount and will be accumulated. Means like with the smaller amounts we can make a bigger account. For example, if I do a Pigmy of 100 rupees per day, and over a month, after 1 month, it will be 3000 rupees. If you do it for 1000 rupees, it will be 30,000 rupees. So 30,000 is a big amount, and when compared to 1000 rupees, it will be, it is with a small chunk of money we can get a big amount for, it will be used for business cases. And public provident fund, this is a bit different from the all other deposits. This is the most secured investment options. By the way, all our SB, FD, RD, any kind of deposits with a bank, they are not all the banks. There are some which are based on government guidelines. Those FDs and RDs are secured up to 5 lakhs. Insurance will be there. Government some insurance is there, and beyond that, there is no security after that. So if for any one PAN card holder, means for one PAN one, it may have a number of accounts, but if a amount exceeds more than 5 lakhs, if bank got corrupts, or bank go bankruptcy, or something goes wrong with the bank, at that time the customer will get only 5 lakhs, not beyond that. But here, this is 100% secure. Public provident fund is a one which is 100% secure. There is no doubt on that one, and that is a long term investment. It is not for a short term investment like other FD and RD things. So here it is at least 15 years, and return amount in the is a tax free. That is important one. And there is, means there is no capital gains on a tax. The normally capital gains is the one when after some period of time, whatever that you earned, you have to pay the tax. And then this particular earning, there is no tax on this one. Retirement and kids education, it's meant for that one actually. Means like, for example, why people will do that one, it's for a retirement and kids education, and it's a very good option because these are like a late arriving goals actually. It means that the goal is far actually, so that we can accumulate a money for our this kind of goals. Even it may be marriage, or it may be house construction, it may be anything. And every month, minimum 500 rupees or maximum up 1,50,000 we can invest. And there is a one more limit, is like up to 1,50,000 is the limit you can invest. Suppose on a 1st of April, if you invest 1,50,000, and then April May month you cannot invest it here, it's done actually, it's the cap is reached. But if you can do the 500 as a minimum in a financial year, that is what recommended. And also I recommend one more thing: invest between 1 to 5th days only, dates of the month actually, starting of the month, so that they will consider that amount deposited between 1st of every month and 5th of every month, in between them, that will be considered for a interest calculation. So government will fix the interest rates. So basically, who will fix the interest rates? Government will fix the interest rates. Every year they will announce it exclusively. That is the one uh, whole bank, every bank will follow. And the amount can be withdrawn for valid or urgent needs. Means there is a need, it may be a good reason or it may be bad reason. Good reason maybe marriage, house construction, any functions, and those kind of things we can withdraw money. And then other like not a good reasons means health issue or any something goes wrong really bad and it just happens. In such cases also there'll be an exception. But for example, COVID time they allowed people to withdraw the money from PPF. So these are the like different times we can withdraw the money also. It is not completely lock also. There is some provision to withdraw. And then these are like all features we saw. And if you like this content, and I recommend you to share with your friends and also show it to your kids so that they be aware of what kind of features they have available. Like the video please, and then share it and comment it if you have any different thoughts on the investments, and subscribe it to the channel. Thank you very much.